So former referee of the year in charge, a man who is definitely one of the PSL's top referees. A FIFA referee is Skumbuzo Kasa. There's a man who was one of our 2 representatives at the FIFA World Cup in the United States, and I don't think he's happy there. We're going to have to bring some cable ties to fix that net and make sure it's tied properly to the upright, because the last thing you want is a ball going through there. You won't be able to see whether, if it comes in through the side netting and goes into the netting, it might be confusing.
It might look like they're being meticulous, but that is exactly what's needed. The last thing you want is a misunderstanding, ball creeps in the side and was go into the side netting. So a bit of a delay. It'll leave the players a little bit anxious there, but nothing major. Nothing a cable tie can't fix.
Just as I was saying, no need to delay the kickoff because of the crowds outside, but no, it's running repairs that we need and a bit of logistics that is causing us to delay the game, and therefore there comes somebody with the cable ties. You can always solve the problem there with cable ties. All else fails, I'm sure our technical crew there could loan them a bit of gaffer tape. Nothing you can't fix without gaffer tape. Well, this man has been fantastic. Ramana is, along with Mokoena, they've been the star performers. Mokoena and Ramala up front, they were brilliant in that quarterfinal win, a 7-goal threat against Amazulu. Karabo Tlaka rather, making only 2nd appearance in MTN8 and being given a start here this afternoon. As I said, a big blow. He came off the bench against Polokwane City last week, did Karabo Tlaka. There is a former Stellies man, MTN8. Tetelele, his 3rd appearance, or his 2nd appearance in the colours of Orlando Pirates. Abdeslam Wadu and Mandla Ngegazi. Mputuma, a man here who's, well, he's handling the pressure well, standing Fredericks, but he's definitely become a bit of a lightning rod for criticism of the Orlando Pirates side. You know, he's a player who works hard, and he's clearly a player who's got his backing of the backing of his coach. And even though he hasn't scored and he's been he may be guilty of missing a few chances, but I think what will really encourage his coach is the fact that he gets into those positions.
And it becomes so important for the way Orlando Pirates play. They're never reliant on an out-and-out striker. How he presses, the pressure he puts his defenders on, the runs he makes, how he breaks the lines as well. It's become so important to how Orlando Pirates do get joy. So, yes, you're a striker, yes, you need to be scoring, but if your overall performance from the coach, expectant coach and leadership of Orlando Pirates is doing the job, you continue to start in that lineup.
Yes, absolutely, but it's one of those situations, as you see Lefronolo Machoro there, man who's played for Orlando Pirates in years gone by. Well, Butuma, you get the sense, you know, with goal scorers and strikers, it's a confidence thing. All it takes is for you to get that first goal, and then the floodgates open, and you certainly hope for him, given the fact that he's become a bit of a target for the Boo Boys at the stadium and some on social media trolls. But I think he's handled it exceptionally well so far. Seems to be a player with the right kind of temperament. We seem to be all set then as we are underway then. It's the first of the semi-finals of the MTN8 in this 2026 edition. We'll go again. Take 2. And it's Sekhukhune United, the home side, that get us underway in this semi-final first leg of the MTN8. They are in the red strip as Sekhukhune. Orlando Pirates is in this black strip with a gold numbering and trim. Look at the hard work from Butuma, winning the ball high up. Could be a chance here early on. Yep, caught in possession there, early warning. That's what they do, such hard work up front is what Butuma will keep the defenders honest. He's always pressing.
That lets us know why he will start. Look at the pressure applied on Kadosa there. Looks like it was a bit of a foul. play continued and just couldn't creep that. Masilela, bright start for him as well. Should have made the goalkeeper make a save.
Masilela has come off the bench twice this season for Pirates. Getting his taste of the starting lineup in the MTN8 here for the first time, included in the starting lineup for Pirates this season. 21-year-old, one of the exciting young talent in this Pirates squad, and there's a fair sprinkling of them, I've got to tell you. It's great to see the likes of Pirates and Sundowns now even giving the youngsters a chance in the lineup. As one out of play on the far side for throw-in for Sekhukhune. Now, Sekhukhune, so rolling the ball out wide there to Movie Kaiser. By the way, big news as well for Orlando Pirates is that their Norwegian signing is on the bench for the first time this season. That is Sebastian Pedersen, who's already become a firm favorite, and he hasn't even kicked a ball yet. He's got the crowd rolling at the end of games and stuff. And he has been included on the bench this afternoon.
Now the pitch looks in lovely condition.
It's very green as well for this time of the year. By the way, we are out here because next door, the new Peter Mokaba Stadium is still undergoing repairs to the pitch there. I've opted to call this one the Peter Mokaba Stadium because it wasn't old before the other one came. Could be a ball in here and closed down quickly, but still Sekhukhune. Pirates looking to defend this title for a 4th time. In other words, winning for the 5th time in a row. Already on an unprecedented run. They're playing in their 11th double-legged semi-final since MTN resorted to the double-legged semi-finals, the MTN8. This is their 11th appearance. They've progressed past the semis, Pirates, in their last 7 editions of this tournament. There he is, the blonde, you can't miss him. That's Sebastian Pedersen, who they're hoping will bring goals as well. And in the absence, of course, of Evidence Makoba, who looks like being a long-term injury absentee. And goals came, of course, from midfield last season from the likes of Rele Mofokeng, likes of Patrick Maswanganye, who is a noticeable absentee from the squad list for Pirates this season.
Yeah, Pirates side, not, like I said, not reliant on a number 9 to bring in the goals. Last year, Mafalas 9, Mofokeng 8, Maswanganye 8. So the goals spread amongst a few players.
It's got 10 goals across all competitions. So that's I think that's a strength. To be the ability to spread goals across the squad like that. I think it's definitely a strength for any team. Siamade at the back, who was amongst the scorers against Chippa United. His Pirates ran riot there, winning that one comfortably, 3-0 Sekhukhune. Also coming off the back of a positive 2-0 win against Limpopo Derby against Polokwane City. It's a match they could have won by an even bigger margin. So dominant were they.
And there was some great speed showed there by Matimbi. And under the tutelage of Cedric Kazi, you're immediately seeing a Sekhukhune side that plays a bit more braver. Not afraid to take the game to their side. Yes, there was that one lackluster performance against Kaizer Chiefs, but other than that, they've looked sharp.
They really have. It's been a very impressive start to the season. They've won 3 of their 4 matches so far. The only blemish, as you say, the loss against Chiefs when they were decidedly off color. They were quite poor by the standards that we've seen early on this season. And they've also shown an appetite for goals. Scored 4 against AmaZulu in that crazy quarter-final match of the MTN8. Fortunately, the man who got the winner for them that day is amongst those injury casualties.
What a goal that was, taken on the volley from an acute angle. No chance for the goalkeeper to save that one.
Now we believe he could be out for a while. Vuelitapa with a fractured leg. Happened against the Kaizer Chiefs. Now they've also lost Mashilwani to injury. And he's been fantastic. He's a great player. Formerly of Orlando Pirates, imported from Morocco. Let's have a look at what can Ramala do from the corner. Another one who has really scored an absolute banger against AmaZulu. He goes from a set piece, well taken, but just not controlled there by Brighton Ndlovu. Just 1 goal for Ndlovu so far this season in his 4 appearances. As he comes off the back of his head. So Didn't was in control of that one.
Yeah, we're talking of injuries. As Orlando Pirates side have been struck. A few unfortunate ones. Speaking of Nduli just coming back, that was so unfortunate.
After a long, lengthy absence through injury, and then suffered a horrific injury. Certainly wish him well. This is Nduli. Busy. CMO was amongst those that were received an honor at the PSL Awards as Pirates swept the board. CMO named defender of the season, Apollos, working it wide to Sibelibe. Tiani, beautiful turn, top of the shot. The referee sees nothing wrong with the challenge, and now he's going to bring them back. Beautiful drop of the shoulder there from Masilel.
Gotta love that, great awareness. Totally fooled Ramala there, which is closing him down. Excellent move in midfield until you lose the ball. Wow. That's what makes brilliant midfielders.
Now, Pirates looking to venture into the box for the first time. Away by Mokoena. Brother.
That was quite funny that he gave it to against Sekhukhune, because Savisi clearly blocked him off.
Gets across his men there, space in, wins the fighting Ndlovu. The big man, he will be a handful he'll keep the 2 centre-backs busy. Burly character gets busy as well, very mobile.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of mobility in and around him in Mojele, Ramala as well as Mokoena. He plays with his back to goal. Holds up play very nicely there for Sekhukhune, allows midfielders to join him.
Giving chase and keeping it alive there is Sibelibe will get the throw in. Very evenly contested for opening 10 minutes here in this MTN8 semi-final. The second meeting between these two sides in the MTN8. The first time they met, the only other meeting was when Sekhukune's first qualification in this tournament back in 2023. And Pirates thrashed them by 5-0 that day, with Zakele Lepasa getting a hat-trick. Best pass back and return pass for Dion Hotto. It was intended, Tapelo Mukubudi starting there in midfield once again, another former Stellies man.
A bit of a conservative start for Orlando Pirates, especially from the likes of Hotto as well as Sebelebele on either flanks. They're normally bombing up and down that line. It must be said that this size of a pitch is always easier for teams like Sekhukhune to operate and cut down the spaces for the opposition.
Yes, it is a smaller pitch, but it's definitely not as small as the Seshego one.
Yeah, 100%.
And the Seshego surface as well is not the greatest at the moment, so I think this Polokwane, the Pidum Gava Stadium pitch is looking as good as it has, as I've seen it in quite a while. Deep there, this one just a little bit too deep, again going over the head of Ndlovu. Centre back converted into a striker.
Amazing.
Yeah, banging goals at Kruger United.
And it's amazing how versatile he is. Yes, you have players that can play in different positions, but he masters being a defender. And clearly, I think being a striker is, I think, would be his first choice position, because just how he operates, how he protects the ball, how he holds up play, and how he finds spaces in the box, lets you know.
Space it. Clip the ball there. Well controlled now. Dion Hotto opening it up here now as he tried to crack a shot there. Lungu, who's off to a great start in his Pirates career. Crucial header away there. Matsimbi, I think it was, that got to it. Apollos. Dion Hotto going to the back post, but I think he's overcooked. This one is going to go out for a throw-in for Sekhukhune United. Dion Hotto, and with one of the more experienced players in this Pirates side that's got a lot of newer and younger faces in the squad. And you'll recognize that by the number of players with big numbers on their jerseys, like 30s and 40s. It tells you about the number of new recruits.
I think the lowest number in the side of new recruits is Lungu, and that's 23. Nothing wrong with a bit of Jordan. No pressure.
Tierney. Players, I guess, also have to manage the energy levels here. Stan Fredericks in this heat. Don't want to overexert yourself early on in a game that could, still got a long way to go. Of course, we're being a two-legged semi-final, means this one will be 90 minutes. As in, there won't be any extra time in this today. Extra time will only be required if the sides are tied 0-0 come next week.
Yeah, not only for the two legs, but definitely for the weather conditions. Have to pace yourself.
The away goals rule, of course, remains in place in this competition, meaning that Pirates would love to come away with one of those. But priority would also be not to... Ooh, collision there, awkward collision there between Dion Hotto and Matsimbi, who is booked.
It definitely looks like Sekhukhune are the more fired up for this encounter. So about that try, challenges, that was a nasty challenge.
That's bad, bad.
He put his knee in his back, yeah.
Oh, that's bad. And Hotto is still down. Looks worse on the replay, as it generally does. That's his third booking of the season for Tsepo Matsimbi. All competitions.
Not far off his name, Mtsimbi.
One caution away from a suspension. Of course, if he does get cautioned again in this game, he will be having an early shower. He'll be red carded. He'll have to go off. Thankfully, Dion Hotter is back on his feet.
A bit of an unnecessary challenge here from Matimbi.
Not the best delivery from Dion Hotter, but he has managed to get it to the feet of a teammate. It comes back to Hotter. Apollos. Hotter keeps the run going. It's a beautiful shape on that one there from Tapelo Mukubudi. Siema popping up on the far side with Space, I think it was, and ended up getting his head onto it. It's not Space.
So this is a delightful ball playing from Mukubudi.
Managed to stay onside, if only just. See that Cardoso had his hand up there, calling for a offside. That was perfectly judged there from the blind side by the Pirates players. Lost possession again now. And Sekhukhune win it back. So the other player that they are missing, Sekhukhune United, is Givmo Cooper, who's been excellent in midfield for them. That tall, gangling figure in midfield gets stuck in and also joins in on the attack.
Yeah, and that's one thing about Sekhukhune. They every season manage to assemble a solid side. Get some names involved, a lot of transfers every season, but they still manage to rack up a side that can challenge in the top 8. Managed to stay in the top 4 quite a while last season, in 3rd and 4th positions, Sekhukhune.
Yeah, they definitely were right up there for the longest time, especially the first half of the season. In fact, they went unbeaten in their first 8 matches of last season, which I think was a similar record for Pirates as well in their opening 8 games. In fact, the Pirates did lose early on, I beg your pardon. They lost to Sekhukhune in their first home match of the season. Well, lost that one 1-0. In fact, as I said, Pirates went 2 matches last season without scoring against Sekhukhune. The only side that Pirates failed to score against.
You feel that Ndlovu will have one up on Sibisi because he knows how defenders think. That's going to be a nice battle all afternoon. Sibisi up against Ndlovu.
Seeing Sekhukune's speedsters get a chance to run with the ball here. I'm talking about the likes of Mujela, Ramala and Mokwena. Abdeslam Wadu, and who's been calling for patience amongst the supporters and saying they're basically calling for them to trust the process. He says he's not entirely happy with where the side are, and he's actually thrown down the challenge to the senior players to step up and let the younger players take the pressure off the youngsters and the newer players and allow them to settle in. So he's called upon the senior players to lead by example. Belusi Telezi, who played 22 times for Orlando Pirates. It's very difficult for him to break into the side with the Super Chain showing the kind of form that he has in the last 2 or 3 seasons. And so now Pirates, how they managed to keep possession here. The Kampani Lungu there, Kopeto Wild on that one. Lungu, 2 goals already in his 4 appearances for Pirates. He's had 4 goals over the years in the MTN8 in his 10 appearances in this competition. He has already scored twice, and including the winner, a late dramatic winner in the quarterfinal against Durban City, and a game that looked like was heading for penalties.
what a cracker that was. What a way to start your tenure at your new team.
20 minutes gone here at Peter Mokaba Stadium. So you just saw the attempt on goal there. Nothing on target yet from either side. It's been a bit of a subdued start here.
Yeah, it has been cagey, especially for the visiting side, expecting them to put a bit more pressure, but maybe it's a tactic today. Remember, it is 2 legs, as we mentioned, so no need to risk too early.
Does require, from a tactical point of view as well, from the coaches need to always bear that in mind, that whatever happens here this afternoon, it's only half time, so to speak. Crunching challenge here on Apollos. The referee Gasa was very well positioned there, had a good look at it, thought it was a clean challenge, hard but fair. Ndlovu holding it up now. There's the last ball clipped here for, and then just see what the idea was there from Tsepo Mokoena. Just couldn't get it over the defender. Just Karabo Traka came through the development here. It's Sekhukhune. The other semi-final takes place tomorrow. The Montville Golden Arrows host Mamelodi Sundowns. Sundowns fresh from a midweek win. Had to dig deep against Maruma Guns, but they got there in the end. Mamelodi Sundowns. And notching up a clean sheet for the first time this season, remarkably. This is Apollos. Sanka for company. That's well won by Mokoena. Now bursting through the middle. This could be on here. That's just offside. It just had gone too early. Just gone too early. Lisonolo Mojela.
A brilliant turn here from Ramala and a burst of speed. From this angle, difficult to tell. But you asked when are they going to let the speedsters loose, and there's evidence of that.
First chance that we've really seen one of them stretch his legs. It's D'Angelo on the far side there, playing it left back. Replacing Vuyo Letlapa, D'Angelo Kazim. Pirates. Lungu's ball straight into the defender there, Keze. And the Pirates have won 5 of the last 6 finals of this MTN8. It's been total domination. Won a hat-trick under Jose Rivero. 3 in a row, and then Amsterdam Abdeslam Wadu arrived and won it at his first attempt. Fabulous season the Pirates had, doing what they've done now on 3 occasions. That's to win a league and cup treble. Base. Dion Harto. Comes to Apollos again. Getting up there in the center of the pitch. Masilela manages to get the cross in. Could fall for Harto, but trying to cushion it down for Apollos. So good move there, Pirates, sharing the ball nicely. Then Longo's operating on that right hand side.
Yeah, he done excellent to get the cross in here, Lungu. And then Hotto, just in 2 minds.
Daniel Cardoso has had a good record over the years against Orlando Pirates, especially in his days at Kaizer Chiefs. Loved the derby goal that did Cardoso. So we're gonna, looks like Sophia, we're going to have a hydration break here at Peter Mokaba Stadium. It's a hot afternoon, Stanley Fredericks. Let's get your thoughts then on what we've seen thus far in the game.
Yeah, I think the stats will give evidence to the start to both sides. No shots on target thus far, but it's a bit of a slow start here from Orlando Pirates. We expected them to come out guns blazing, but I think it's a tactic that they are deploying. We did say it is a 2-legged affair, so being cautious because they are the away side, having this new look midfield for Orlando Pirates in Tiani, Mokobori as well as Masilela playing in that 10 role today. But for Sekhukhune, looking sharp, waiting for the moments to unleash that speedy attack that they possess.
Yeah, interesting changes in midfield with Cameron Danson, who had been deployed in that midfield role it started every other match. And Maswanganye, also who we mentioned, is a notable absentee in the squad today, as Paulus Massé is the man dishing out the instructions there. And the referee's also taking on some fluids. Well, this is the 13th time these two sides have faced each other in all competitions. And Pirates have Sekhukhune. That main grandstand is packed. I'll tell you that. And we'll continue shortly now. Pirates carrying a run of 4 matches unbeaten so far. Only dropped points against Amazulu in a Petway Premiership match. I said in the Premiership they've met 10 times, these two sides, with 4 wins apiece, 2 matches ending in draws and 4 losses each, so very evenly matched. And then in cup games they've met twice, with Pirates winning both, including the one in an MTN8 where they smashed 5 past Sekhukhune United in the quarterfinal. So Sekhukhune have never beaten Pirates in a cup match. And they'll be looking to go one better than they did last season when they reached the semis, Sekhukhune, before losing to Stellies. They've twice been quarterfinalists and in their semis last season, so they'll be hoping they can go one better and actually reach a final.
Sekhukhune making it very compact in the middle, so Orlando Pirates are forced to go from side to side and try and get some penetration down the flanks.
Dion Hotto. Half an hour played in this first leg semi-final of the MTN8. Good pressure. Then Sekhukhune winning the possession. Now they can break here. A chance for Mokoena to Stretch those legs. He's a bit isolated now. He'll have to wait for support. Mokoena gets it from Ndlovu. Holding it up there with a man on his back, but in the end is dispossessed quite easily.
Lungu's been ever busy all afternoon. Right hand side for Orlando Pirates, very versatile. Lungu and Sibelebele both can play as right backs as well as attackers.
Sibelebele, when he was out at TS Galaxy, he actually started off as a right winger, and then due to injuries, was forced into a right back position. He was forced to play as a right back, and well, he's since perfected that one, perfected that role. It's a free kick here for Pirates. Two players very capable. We've already seen Apollo score from a set piece via a hefty deflection. But Otto, I don't think this particular angle would favor his left boot unless they're going to try and float something into the box there. And if it's a direct attempt on goal, you would fancy Apollos, but let's see what they can work it. Unless Otto will try and bend it around the wall, to the left of the wall as you watch things. It's Apollos. Melusi Buthelezi has probably seen all his tricks in training before.
Probably. They've done extremely well to up and over the wall. Those are not easy saves for the goalkeeper. Just bounced in front of him. Brilliant save there from Buthelezi.
Well positioned. Yeah, started with a bit of a baptism of fire in his first couple of games. Conceded 5 goals in his first 2 matches for Sekhukhune Telezi, and actually was dropped after that 4-3 game against Amazulu in the quarterfinals, and Tostan Sabata has given a run, and then Melusi Buthelezi was back the very next game. Siema plays it down the line to Sibelebele. Remember Sibelebele and Tsefofatso Nyama being the wingers at TS Galaxy. And Nyama also became a fullback because of injuries. Remember Max Munyai being injured, and then Ibrahim Seidat, and that's what led to the conversion of those two players. Yes, Nyegomovi. Just over 10 minutes to go in the first half that is really yet to come alive. And I'm sure players also playing within themselves and managing their energy levels. It is a hot day here in the Limpopo capital. They don't mess around with spring in this part of the world. Go straight from winter into summer. Temperatures are flirting with the 30s. Siema. Can he be the light for them this afternoon?
Commentator's curse.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Oh, wow. Overcooked that one. Turn Otto. His experience will be so necessary for this. I said a youthful Pirate side. The likes of Otto and Spacey. Role becomes that much more important in guiding the youngsters. That's a good looking ball to find Muchela. Didn't really bring it under control, but he still got it here, Muchela. Yeah, just surrounded by maybe too many black jerseys to get past. Good work, good recovery from Kosnati Spacey, the skipper. Mojela popping up then at the left-hand side. He scored against the Pirates before at Stellies, remember, in that MTN8 final last season.
Just in full for him there, Mojela.
Scored 5 times in all competitions for Sekhukhune last season, after making the move from Stellies. Didn't have the happiest of time in the Western Cape, Mojela.
Yeah, he started off well for Stellenbosch and then got that long-term injury.
Foul and a free kick again in this Lungu is the man foul this time, but it's a free kick again in a dangerous position. Sekhukhune United have never kept a clean sheet in the MTN8 and have only ever won one match in this competition. That was a quarter-final win against TS Galaxy last season. Now let's see what Pirates can come up with this time. If they were thinking of a crack on goal, I would have thought this may be an angle that would suit Dion Hotto more, and that's why he is in attendance there with and then steps away with it. Who will it be to hit it? Do you fancy Hotto? It is Hotto! Melissa Butellez, he dives spectacularly and claims that one. May have been going wide, but Butellez were taking no chances.
It was a good shot and a good save there.
Yeah, read it well, and he moved very well as well across his line there, did Melusi Butellez. I said you'll have the advantage of having, I'm sure, faced these kind of set pieces from the Pirates players on plenty of occasions in the last 2 seasons that he was with the club. See, shots on target that count as 2, but I wonder whether that last one would have been counted as, I don't think it was on target. But,
yeah. I think it was on target.
I think the original, the first, what was it, the previous set piece where it was hit by Apollos, that one was on target, but comfortably, both comfortably dealt with. This is good stuff here from Mkhize. Wow. Well, did well to hold on to the ball there, especially Mkhize. And Nick draws the foul.
Just twisting and turning them, Mkhize.
Mojela forced backwards. Started at the back with Tsepo Matsimbi. Nico Movi. Ndlovu in that contest with Spisi. Intriguing one there. Mukwena Ramala. It was from that sort of range that he scored against Amazulu. Paramala. He's got power in that left.
This is some excellent striker play, hold-up play there from Ndlovu. Ramala got 2 opportunities to have the strike, and well defended there from Orlando Pirates. They understand the danger he poses.
Only 2 goal attempts from the home side. Lungu complaining that this guy's has been having a field day on me there. D'Angelo Kazim has got the job on him. We are hearing we'll have a minimum of 3 minutes at the end of 45. Rather high foul count on the side of Sekhukhune. There are 9 fouls. And they've already had a player go into the book. That's Matsimbi. for a rather clumsy challenge on Dion Hotto. Here is Hotto. CMI looking to thread the ball through for Sibili, but he telegraphed it a bit, and defender read it well. Away by Mojela. Spacey underneath it, keeping tabs on Ndlovu. Ndlovu doing an excellent job up front of holding up the ball and bringing in his support attackers. He's done a good job with his back to goal. And you know he won't stop. He will work his socks off all day long.
He's enjoying that battle up against the captain for Orlando Pirates, Sibisi.
Sibisi getting a little too close there, and he's given away a set piece here, a free kick. Sipochain, who's been largely a spectator, that might be called upon now. Jela runs over, leaves it. Almost made something of it. I thought it was not the best delivery. But now they could be hit on the break here. Lungu was trying to find Apollos, who I think might have been offside if the ball had reached him. So it's when Apollos. Now something for Sibili to chase. Great sweeping ball there to change the point of attack. Apollos. Can Pirates find the breakthrough here just before the break? Hotto to Lungu. Now Hotto! Right on cue! Just as I asked, can they find the opener? Dion Hotto delivers. Scores his first in this season's MTN8, his 6th overall, and what a time to get it. Superb strike and a well-worked move. Telezi completely beaten by the pace of that shot, Standard Fredericks.
Yeah, it was a well-timed run from Dion Hotto, and a screamer had left Buchanezi standing. He hasn't made his way up this pitch in the first half too long. Here he is, a pass and a move from Dion Hotto. Excellent vision from Lungu, one touch to set it up, and top bins from Dion Hotto. Too much power for Buchanezi to handle.
Too Hotto to handle, and Telezi, no chance left, no chance, just way too much power. As Dion Hotto gets his first goal of the season. And Pirates, the holders, are up and running. And that's a crucial away goal as well. Underline that. And that's the first time they've scored against Sekhukhune in 2 matches. Remember last season they didn't score against Sekhukhune in the 2 matches they played in the league. But it's Dion Hotto that makes a breakthrough just before the break. And I think Sekhukhune will be a little disappointed with how they defended that one. Credit to Pirates for the way they moved the ball there quickly. There's some quick one-touch passing there. And Hotto was in, and once he gets into that situation, you've got to always put your money on him.
We did say that the joy for Pirates will come down the flanks. Sekhukhune very compact, not allowing them access through the middle. Brilliant movement there from Hotto, unlocked that defense.
A man who gets his fair share of goals, only managed 1 last season remarkably in the domestic competition. 1 goal in 29 appearances for Dion Hotto last season, so he's already matched that tally. We are into the minimum 3 minutes to be added on at the end of the first half. Sekhukhune United find themselves trailing now. Mukwena's ball in. It's too close to Sipho Chain, catching practice. Lost possession, but he's regained it. That's a good ball out wide to find Smelivele. Still Smelivele. Still Smelivele, but that left foot, as someone described it, is more for getting off the bus. Wasn't able to generate much pace.
Lacked a bit of power, but an amazing run there from Smelivele. Done extremely well to keep the ball in play, and then showed his attacking ability.
Giving it away. Here's Sekhukhune in dangerous territory. Masilela couldn't pick out the pass from Butuma. He well read by Daniel Cardoso. Now can Sekhukhune go in level? Rammala working it wide to Mojela. Then playing it to Rammala again. Rammala's first time ball in. Couldn't get it past Siema. Throw in for Sekhukhune into the last minute of the minimum 3. They'll be disappointed. They said to Kazin along with Polos Masia and Papi Sutwan about the way they conceded that one. They had kept things tight up to that point defensively, hadn't really given Pirates many look-ins, but they gave Hotto a free strike on goal there, home virtually. I mean, well worked by Pirates, take nothing away from the build-up. I think there was a little bit of ball watching that was happening there as well. It's not a good ball at all. No one there. I'm not sure who that was intended for. Islam Wadi will be happy to go in with the lead as Mr. Skumbuzo Kasa ends the first half. And it's the holders. Since then, it's been a steady march on to the final, and they are on course here to make it yet another final and to advance past the semi-finals, a two-legged semi-final for what will be the 8th time. They've progressed the last 7 times past the semis. They've got an amazing record in this tournament. Over the years, won it 15 times. And they won the first edition back in 1972, and then that was in the old NSL era and PSL and NSL era, and then they also won the very last edition of this competition back in 1996 before we moved into the Premiership era. So there's going to be a change. As you can see, Cameron Danson, who has started every other game this season, is now going to come on in midfield in place of Masilela, who was given his first start. And Sekhukhune making a change of their own. Thabo Nkwana, he'll come on right on the right-hand side of attack. Well, he's a right winger, but he's going to come on for Mojela, so I guess he will operate down the left-hand side. Maybe Mojela just not giving the coach what he wanted. Cameron Danson comes in then for Simpiwe Masilela, who was given a first start, but I guess not affecting the game the way the coach would have liked. So on comes Cameron Danson. We'll get Stanley Fredericks' thoughts in a moment as Pirates get us back underway. The Buccaneers, as Mnyama Nkane in black, now attacking the goal to your right. Sekhukhune in the red strip. So the changes then, let's start with Sekhukhune replacing Mojela with Nkwana.
Yeah, I think Mojela just wasn't giving the coach what he wanted. Had a few heavy touches. They had the opportunity to have a shot on goal, so not as effective. Maybe just a change in quality that could possibly take on Sibelebele. And then for Orlando Pirates, I think Matthew Booth was the one that suggested that they could possibly go to 1-6, which will be Mtiani, and then Danson alongside Mukubori.
Cameron Danson appearing in his second appearance in this season's competition, his second overall, or his third overall in the MTN8. Yes, the coach has trusted him and given him the responsibilities. As you see the team scrolling at the bottom of your screen there, Pirates, Sekhukhune had made 2 changes from the team that won the Limpopo Derby against Polokwane City. Karabo Tlaka and Nico Movi being introduced. Movi coming in for the Mashiranu, who is unavailable for injury, as Lungu goes down spectacularly there under the challenge from. They've had a hell of a tussle with D'Angelo Kazim.
Yeah, it's been back and forth, pound for pound between Lungu and Kazim this time. Excellent work there from Lungu, just putting it back, and Kazim totally missing the tackle. He's fortunate that was just outside the box.
Kazim as well is another who's filling in for an injured player. He's replaced Vuyo Letlapa as the left back. So Super Chain coming a long way out to come and have a chat with the bench. As Pirates line up at the set piece. It's Hotto whose goal separates the 2 sides. Orlando Pirates have never lost a first leg of a 2-legged semi-final of this MTN8 as it goes to the near post there. There's a shot there from Apollos. Struck that well, but puts it wide.
Applauded from the coach there. Excellent technique. See Hotto just trying to clip it in the near post, looking for a touch. Cardoso clears. And brilliant stuff from Apollos. We'll see how close that was. Okay, just drifting away from goal.
It's a Sambutuma now. Spilly really with a heavy touch. And it's Tlaka on the ball. And he's fouled. It's the free kick. Oh no, actually, play to the whistle. It's a handball. He felt he was fouled and then decided to ref his own game. And that's referee Skumbuzo Kasa probably telling him just that, leave the refereeing to me.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfair there, because you could see he just pushed the side. He fell on it. He knew that, okay, it's a foul. Let's get on with the play.
Zakelis Wela did not see a foul and is signal for a free kick. It's another bite at it for Hotto. This one is it's a lot further out than the previous. So I fancy he'll hang something, swing something in to the box there. Cleared away. It was Bracken who was back helping out in defense. Pirates have been very strong in first leg in these double-legged semi-finals. They've only failed to score in the first leg of an MTN8 semi-final in a 0-0 draw against Super Sport United, but that was back in 2012. And as I was just mentioning that they haven't lost the first leg of a double-legged semi-final, but in the last 2 seasons they didn't win their first leg. Let's have a look at this. Oh, what a ball for Apollos, but he was offside. Was offside. Great vision, though. The idea was a good one, but Apollos had just gone too early.
Excellent vision here from Okobori. So just try to come onside and then go off, but lovely stepping up there from the entire defense of Sekhukhune.
Executed it to perfection there. Last season, the Pirates drew 1-1 against the Sundowns in the away leg, or in the first leg. And in the season before that, also 1-1 against Cape Town City. They've been very strong in these 2-legged semi-finals since that was introduced in 08-09. Now, Ndlovu teeing it up there, and the shot is blocked easily by Sbesi. Tansen lets it go, and Yanela Mbutuma isolated, might have to go on his own here. Daniel Cardoso puts in a tackle, and immediately the Blue Boys are off their chairs, signaling for a change. Apollos! Did Mary Sibiteles need a touch on that one, or was that not? Went too wide from Apollos. That's 2 shots he's had in quick succession, Apollos.
Yeah, once again, similar to the Dion Hotto goal, it's a pass and a move and a defender that doesn't follow Apollos. Just offside, or rather a little bit wide of goal.
Twice, yeah, Sekhukhune getting caught out with that give and go, the man not tracking the runner. As we saw with Dion Hotto shaking off Nico Movi. I think Sekhukhune missing much this way. He's done reasonably well as Kazim. He's got stuck into Lungu.
Yeah, he's definitely intimidated him a bit. Nice and solid in the tackle is Karim, not very adventurous.
He's not like a Foyole Tlapa. He doesn't play bombing forward all the time. Caught by Rammala there. Kubudi and MTN8, who were both at Steadies last season. And the Pirates currently on a run of, they've been unbeaten in all competitions. 18 matches unbeaten since a 2-1 loss to Mamelodi Sundowns late last season in the Betway Premiership. So otherwise they've been solid, unbeaten in 7 matches in all competitions this season. They've been very consistent performance of Pirates, and a very stingy defense as well. Don't concede many goals.
And that's where trophies are won, championships are won, and they have been defensively sound.
Having said that, they of course did concede in the quarterfinal against Durban City.
I think the introduction of Danson to this midfielder just brought a bit of calm, a bit of vertical movement from Orlando Pirates and steadied the ship.
Good running here, but I think the ball had gone out of play. Kazim, a rare overlapping run. Lungu. Brought down by Mokoena. I'm a bit cynical from Mokoena. Just that he's lucky not to get booked there. It's like stopping. Was nowhere near the ball, but didn't really get much of Lungu, but it was enough to stop him. You can see it's just been total domination in recent years. Just as I said, Pirates have won 5 of the last 6 finals in the MTN8. They've really made it their own. Most successful team in the PSL era in this competition with 8 wins. Away by Matimbe.
Even at this age, it's not easy to find anybody that will outsprint Dion Hotto.
Incredible. Incredible. 35 years old now, the Namibian international. What a servant he has been for this club. And what a player he has been, what a career he's had in the PSL. Now, could be something on here for Pirates. Teeing it up for Danson. He was definitely goal bound there. Good block. And putting body on the line there was Matsimbi. Apollos. Mbutu Malengirov to Apollos again. Calm defending there from Sekhukhune, but the pressure still comes from Pirates. The dummy from Apollos couldn't get to Butuma. Good run, but overran the ball. The referee not so nothing wrong with that challenge on Ramala.
Yeah, he has so much pace running with the ball. That is Ramala. Felt he was brought down.
Cedric Kaze facing Pirates for the third time in his two previous matches as coach or co-coach. He's drawn one and lost one. Lost his first match in charge as a coach against Pirates, lost 3-0. And then the last derby in charge, it ended in a 1-0 draw. As for Abdesalam Wadu, he's still looking for his first win against Sekhukhune United. This is a fourth match that he's been in charge against Sekhukhune. As the ball comes in, oh, Sipho Chain! And he looks at the ground to say, what happened there? That was a strange mistake, the way he let that slip. Almost Sekhukhune getting something out of nothing there.
Yes, the substitute, Nkwana, looked at his options, decided to have a pop, and fortunate it never bobbled into his own net. Got a bit of a touch there.
Oh, that was something on the surface there, or did he just miscontrol that one? It's a corner for Sekhukhune. Only the second corner of the game. Ramala goes to the near post. Put it back in there by Klaka. And it's gone for corner. And then Butuma helping out at the back there. Haven't seen much of him at the other end though. Butuma. Confidence maybe really is shot. He hasn't been looking for work, Butuma. As the movie puts the long throw in, it's really very calm under a little bit of pressure. Cardoso.
Positive stint here for Sekhukhune. Starting to create a few opportunities going forward.
Is struggling a little bit out there. A signal to the bench that he might need to come off. As Cardoso lays it back to Melusip Teles. So we hit the hour mark here at the Peter Mugaba Stadium in this MTN8 semi-final first leg. The holders, Orlando Pirates, leading by a goal to nil, courtesy of Dion Harto in the 44th minute of the game. And since then, really, it's been Pirates that have looked more likely to get a second. Having said that, we saw a mistake by Sipho Chain, nearly giving something to Sekhukhune. Ramala, Kazim, Sekhukhune, of course, no longer with. Let's have a look at this run here now from Ramala. Good work from Lebo Siema guarding him there. Tidy as always is Siema. Keza.
Yes, Siema, excellent anticipation, good timing in his tackles, comfortable in possession.
It's a good header. Well, and it's a difficult one, a difficult header, but Did well to get managed to get a header away there. Did Brighton Globe, not the best cross from Ngwana. There's a big cheer from the Pirates fans down on the below us here, because I think we're about to see the Viking.
I think this is the first time in South African football where you become a crowd favorite before you
even kick the ball.
Gotta love it.
And they're already starting to roll. I fancy it will be Anena Mbutuma to make way. Another indifferent afternoon for him. Unfortunately, the coach keeps backing him. But as you were saying, against Daniel Fredericks, it's not enough for him to just do the pressing and all of that. His primary job is to score goals.
Yeah, he's got to get involved, got to hold up play, got to connect to the midfielders. And just a matter of time before Mbutuma gets that back. Just needs one goal, get the confidence going.
Well, we've had a Norwegian before in the PSL, but not a footballer. I remember Shetzel Siem, the former CEO of the league. Can't say I remember a Scandinavian player in the in the PSL.
Yeah, only in administration, yes, not on the field.
It's really there. He's put the ball straight into touch. Acknowledges his mistake. Sekhukhune, remind you that I've only won one match in this competition. That was in last season's quarterfinal when we beat TS Galaxy. Never kept a clean sheet, and that is not about to start today. And they are without the man who was their leading scorer last season. Of course, has since moved on. That's Bradley Grobler, who's now made the move to Stellies. Scored 11 in all competitions for them for Sekhukhune last season. With the other, then the next best was Brighton Globe and Mojela, who got 5 apiece. Kazim, good run from Kazim here. Trying to get a run hotted, and that takes some doing. In comes across. Very nearly fell for Tsepo Mukwena. Cameron Danson scored once last season, an absolute corker of a goal against Mamelodi Sundowns. A volley on the edge of the box at the right, rattled off the crossbar into the net. Stunning goal it was. It's a triple change then for Pirates. Kabelo Khositsile will come on to try and terrorize them down the right in Mbutuma. This afternoon is done. Mukobudi, who had been calling to the bench to rescue him. And there's a debut then for Sebastian Pedersen. There he is, the 27-year-old Norwegian. Scored 9 goals in 17 appearances for his previous club in Norway there. That's a pretty decent return.
Indeed.
More than a goal every 2 matches. So here he is. He's already been dubbed in some quarters Pirates' own Haaland. No pressure. I mean, through no fault of his own, there's so much expectation of what he will do. Well, he's got the long hair, the Haaland long hair, but it's not quite in a pony yet.
And he's got a bit of a tan from the African sun.
Yes, a good run there into the box. It was Mukwena with a great turn into the box. He hasn't had much of an opportunity to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's been very closely guarded, and Pirates have done a very good job on him. And also on Mojela earlier, kept them very quiet. Just under 25 minutes to go. They're going to make a change, Sekhukhune, as well. They're preparing to bring on their man signed from Limpopo rivals Polokwane City. That's Mukibelo Ramabu, as Ramala puts a cross in, the corner in, but the referee has spotted a foul. So, when I haven't been to be pulled off, it tells you about that the job has been done on him. It's kept tabs on him, have completely nullified his threat and that of the other pacemen. Have negated their threat completely. So on comes Ramabu. It'll be a straight swap. Ramabu at Polokwane City did more of his work down the right flank. Terry is popping up on the left, getting a first touch and losing possession and then fouling Dancing. I think he just a bit late with the challenge there, catching him on the Achilles. That can hurt. That can be really painful.
Flung into the action. Ramabu totally boxed out and lashes at Danson. That's a bookable offence.
And I think maybe the referee taking a lenient view of things since he's just come on. Not quite up to the pace of the game yet. We've given it away here. Pirates. Aka was looking for a run of Ramabu. Not a good pass, not a good ball, easily intercepted. Things looking good for Pirates then. They're only going to get a win here, but as things stand, but they're all important away goal. Very good. Well, good recovery after losing possession. Cardoso. Peterson hasn't had his first touch yet.
All Pirates waiting in anticipation to see what they got.
Billy throws a foul as well. It's Zimbi, who's already on a yellow.
Yeah, and it's so important that when you're a foreigner, you come into a new type of football. So Peterson will be accustomed to the very direct approach. If the ball is down there, it's possibly going to be crossed in, and in South Africa it's a little bit different rather. And I'm sure at training he's had enough chance to kind of gauge and understand how he's going to fit into the system.
Danson. At home, they've won their first 2 home games this season. So heading for what will be their first defeat at home. Had to play the home games out in Shiro because of the unavailability of the Peter Mokaba Stadium, the new one. As this runs away from for a goal kick on Orlando Pirates. 20 minutes remaining. So the Kaza now needs to come up with something just to change things up. Here they are. Have really not threatened. The Sipho Chain has hardly had a save to make in this game. Brighton Global fouling. It's just late there.
Shoulder charge. A little bit naughty, frustration setting in.
Yeah. He's also had very little to work with. He's had been feeding on scraps as a Brighton Global. There's a foul off the ball there, and I think it was spotted by the assistant. Yeah, foul on Pirates player that was off the ball. It was on the foul. We take the Pirates the free kick quickly. Lungu heading in the wrong direction. Some pure snap. Oh, delightful sauce. And some kids there.
He's angered himself.
Take a look at this again.
Tiani with that.
Oh, speed kills.
That should be a highlight on one of our reels.
Yeah, that's a man put on toast there. It's a lovely piece of skill, very composed up there from Tian. And then Mkize throwing himself, diving in there, and again it's giving frustration. It's been a tough outing for them there. They really haven't been effective. Sekhukhune is there's a bit of a hard call on Danson there. I didn't really think it was a. Well, he did well to draw the foul, I guess, did the Karabo Tlaka. Sekhukhune running out of time here there to get anything out of this game. And I mean, I suppose the way they look at it, maybe let's have a look at Ramahu here. Good tracking back there. Kazim combining with him, Kize. Tlaka. Daniel Cardoso. Just over 15 minutes left of this one. It's a late challenge and a yellow card for that foul on Sebastian Mkize. Double change coming up for Sekhukhune as a referee books Cameron Danson.
Dropping at the heels of Mkize.
Sekhukhune preparing a double change. Waheng Piri is one of those that will come on. And that will be for his first appearance of the season. Ramala has touched from Ramabu, and is that in play? Yes, the referee says Kazim had kept it in play, but now the referee will allow the double change. Tato Khiba, and will slot into the midfield area. And then Piri, Waheng Piri is the other player then who will be introduced. Amala, one of those going off. Again, it's a tribute, a credit to Orlando Pirates and how they've dealt with the danger men of Sekhukhune, including Ramala and Karabo Tlaka also making way.
Yeah, they dealt with him very nicely. Ramala nullified that speed that he possesses. That's credit to Mtiani.
Everybody was off the bench and the referee was that's a nasty chat. That's a rather meaty challenge and a nasty welcome to South African football. My Daniel Cardoso on Pedersen. Still arguing his point though, Daniel Cardoso. I'm not sure what he's arguing. I mean, he's late. It's a cynical challenge. Starts up, catches his man.
Yeah, followed through there.
I think is it maybe the point he was making, but I still think that's the right call.
If anything, he never showed his stats. He gave the side of his boot,
Yeah.
but it was a high foot, which is dangerous. All is well. Apologizes.
Hiding Gamla. to which Peterson would have responded, sure, Gamla.
Sure.
Haven't seen much. Haven't really seen yet what Peterson's about. So far, he's just been doing a lot more chasing than.
Already we can see he's a mobile striker.
Yeah.
He's got a good movement about himself.
So very similar in that way to Mbutuma.
Yeah.
Chases things down. When I want to see what he's like when he does get a chance on goal. So that's something that Pirates need to remedy.
Ultimately, that's what strikers are there for.
Something that Evidence Makopa was out also long-term injury. One thing he did well as well was the pressing game and triggering the press, but he also was very effective in getting goals. Ball flipped there towards Hoto. Still his goal, the difference. Didn't get a goal in the MTN8 last season, Dion Hoto. Over the years, he's managed 5, so he's now got 6 in 20 matches in the MTN8 Dion Hoto. Now it's a free kick. What can Sekhukhune set up a get late, something late on here? They've had very little in terms of a look at goal. And hearing Dion Hoto will be going off shortly. Pirates are about to introduce from Fulina, who will be coming on. It looks like Neo Rapo as Peterson could be in here. Peterson! That close to making a spectacular debut.
Yeah, nice pressure applied here from Pedersen. A little bit fortuitous, got a 2-touch to that. You see, it just bobbled before a shot.
Yeah, made it difficult to control that one as it bobbled just in front of him, but ended up missing the target. Now it's Sekhukhune at the other end with Ndlovu, who's battled away all afternoon. The call has gone against him. In terms of the throw-in, the Pirates are then going to make that change. It will be Neo Rapo will replace Dion Hoto at left back. Neo Rapo comes on then for his first appearance in this season's MTN8. Previously made 2 appearances in the competition, and as he replaces Dion Hoto, whose goal is looking like being the only one this afternoon. Setting up Pirates nicely for their home game. Getting a measure of revenge here against a team that have troubled them. As I said, last season, Pirates dropped 4 points against in the league against Sekhukhune. So something of revenge on the cards here. Now, ball whipped in here. Rapo with his first touch, read it well.
Rapo will be up against the speedy Nkwana, both substitutes.
Rapo, the latest amongst the former SuperSport United contingent, or as it was last season, was with Siwelele, was now Rapo. And he joins a whole band of former SuperSport United players out there. The Lungu, but yes, SuperSport United has also fed Pirates well. Talented but are not featuring is another formerly in the colours of SuperSport United. Oswin Apollos was a product of the SuperSport United development. That developed that more is playing pedigree in the PSL with Polokwane City. Time running out here, just under 8 minutes to go. That's a great touch from Ramabu. Taking it, puts in the cross. Rapo, safety first. You could hear a man breathing down behind him there.
Yeah, good awareness. You can see he just checked over to see where oncoming Nkwana was.
Corner for Sekhukhune. Still time enough to try and get something out of this one. I mean, whatever happens, still half time as Glover goes for the spectacular. As they'll still have, if it stays 1-0, they'll go to Orlando knowing that they'll only need one goal as well to get back into the fixture. So nothing really is decided yet this afternoon, but you always want to avoid defeat in the first leg, and certainly if you can come away with a win, that's a bonus. Nice little flick on there from Peterson. Dancing. Really giving it away, but they get possession back and you. Operating right on his right hand side yet. He'll get onto the ball now. Here he is, Kositile, cutting inside. Tries to get a pass to the feet of Pedersen. Now dancing. So Pirates will continue this great run that they have with the first leg matches in a double-legged semi-final. Never lost the first leg of a two-legged MTN8 semi-final, Pirates.
Never.
So that's quite a record. Overall, they've played 20 matches in these two-legged semi-finals, won 10 Pirates, drawn 8 and lost just 2. Kazim.
He has been more attack-minded in the second half, Kazim.
He's had to be.
Yeah.
He's had to be, really. And so Silepe there momentarily in your pick. Just 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes. Paris to hold out this move. He works it wide. Nkwana. To take on Rapo. Pirates getting lots of men behind the ball when they lose possession here. Wanting to make sure they they hold on to this 1-goal lead. Oh, now this could be danger here. Lungu looks up. There's Peterson arriving in the box. Lungu goes on his own, flashes across the face of goal. And Peterson was looking for him to roll it towards him.
Yeah, and to be fair, Lungu was waiting for assistance. Couldn't spot Peterson making the late run into the box and decided to attempt it on his own.
Look at that, 11 goal attempts from Pirates. And on target, Sekhukhune, just 1. That's very disappointing return. I think they had similar numbers against Chiefs as well. That's a 1 attempt on target. So you can hardly even remember that one. That's just Lungu there. Peterson not really calling for it. And Lungu running with his head down there. Lungu already scored once in this competition. And that scored the dramatic winner late on against Durban City. Here he is, Kampani Lungu, as talking about the former Super Sport United contingent. There's another. Rapo. Now Lungu again looking to give chase here. He's got pace about him, Lungu, that's one thing.
And that lanky stride makes up ground easily.
Abdeslam Wadu just telling them to slow it down. No need to rush for the corner, but they want to keep the ball in this part of the field. Melo Sibtelezi, as much as he would have loved to keep a clean sheet against his former club, wasn't to be let down a bit by his defense for that goal. They left him exposed. Now Rapo. Referee has given him a caution for delaying the restart. It's a rather needless yellow, but Rapo goes into the book. Referee felt he was taking unreasonably long to get the ball into play. Now it comes in. Attacking it there was Siema, but missed it. Good stuff here from Kositile. And skids one off the surface, but Telezi has it covered. Tabongwana. Just confirming the caution there for Neo Rapo. They're gonna have one last roll of the dice here. Polokwane City. Siabonga Ndlozi is the player being prepared to come and have a run against his former club here. Pirates sent him out to unknown, of course, last season, Robert, and then he comes on to replace Nico Mobi, who was culpable for the only goal he has. He failed to track John Hotto. The cross is not a good one, and easy for Sipho Chain.
And it's been relatively easy for him all day, apart from that one slight mishap.
So they've used up all their all their subs now. Have Sekhukhune and throwing in Ndlozi, former Pirates player, you see. Now, Ndlovu, corner. This could be, we're getting into that point now. We're into the minimum 3 minutes of added time. There's still only 1 goal in it, so we're about to get late drama here. Ramabu lining it up. Goes to the near post. They'll get another bite at it through a throw-in. Oops, a mistake there, and Lungu tearing away. He's got Pedersen in the middle. Looks up this time now. Rapo joining in the cutback. Nah, didn't connect there, Rapo. Disappointing. There was a chance there for Pirates to properly wrap it up. Nkwana there tangling with this BC.
That would have given them a second goal. Would have given them a nice cushion into the second leg.
A second goal would have been, I think, made life extremely difficult for Sekhukhune going to the second leg. By the way, these sides, this is the first part of a triple header between these two sides. They will meet again in midweek in the Betway Premiership match at the Orlando Stadium before this again facing off in the third part of the trilogy in the second leg of this tie. Into the last 30 seconds now. Kazim, a bit of a difficult pass there to Waking Piri, but this could be the last attack of the game and the last opportunity for Sekhukhune to rescue something. If we're being honest, they have not looked like scoring at any point in the game, and it will not happen because Mr. Skumbuzo Kasa has blown the whistle to end this one. It's a